Do not buy a set of irons, or driver for that matter, if it's got tape on it when you try it. $4,400 in terms of backspin. I mean, that is... Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Burford Golf Lab. Now I'm going to set the scene. You walk into a golf shop, outlet or pro shop. You want to try some irons. They want to put some tape on the irons to protect them, obviously not scuff them. There might be a set on the shelf, which is perfectly acceptable for you then to go and hit some balls either in the net or simulator or on the driving range. Perfect. However, all of a sudden, the iron that you've got in your hand is going a lot further than your current club. However, you can't hit that club without the tape, because if you take the tape off, you automatically have to buy it, because it might be their mega deal sale on the shelf or whatever. Do not buy that club until you've tested it without the tape on the face. And I'm going to explain exactly why. Or alternatively, put tape on all your clubs throughout your bag and you'll gain distance, especially if you spin the ball a lot. So we're going to test 3 shots with this, with the tape on, and hopefully I'm going to try and keep the ball speed as similar as I possibly can, and then we should see, in terms of the reduction in spin, equaling more distance. That's basically how clubs have gone over the years. They've tried to make them higher launching but lower spinning, i.e. hitting the ball further. Control, stopping power does get substituted somewhat for that. However, that's not today's test. Today's test is purely to show you why don't automatically fall in love with a club just because it's got tape on it. Hit it, like the feel of it, but realistically you need to try that club without the tape. There we go, 3 shots with the tape, trying to keep the ball speed as similar as possible throughout all of these, and then seeing how far the ball eventually goes. Now, that was pretty much as flush as I possibly could get it. Again, that has gone a stupidly long way. Let's see what the spin rate was for that one. 136 in terms of ball speed, 4,400 in terms of backspin. I mean, that's low. Very low. Again, high launching, low spin, just equals distance. Consistently pulling them, which is always nice to watch. 136 ball speed again, so you're trying to keep that ball speed as similar as possible, especially when we take the tape off. Probably gave that a bit more. I felt like I gave it more. Good strike, probably the best shot out of all of them. Ending out 214 as I saw, ball speed 138, so that's why it's got a tiny bit more distance or gone further. However, spin rate was still around 4,900. Let's take the tape off. Let's see what kind of numbers we then get. Okay, nice, clean club face, or thereabouts. 3 shots, I'm going to try and get the ball speed as similar as possible. Then we can see what kind of numbers the spin rate comes out just from taking the tape off the face. Okay, so here we go. Nice, clean club face. 3 shots, similar ball speeds. Let's see if the spin rate increases. Let's see if our distance goes down. Now, I flushed that. Definitely not gone as high, which is interesting. Definitely not gone as far. 137, so actually the ball speed's slightly gone up there. Spin rate back up to 5.3. Let's hit another one. That's probably as good as I can hit it, especially as that was higher than the other 2. Interesting, because I think I hit that pretty good as well. It'd be interesting to see what ball speed that's produced. 130, so that's a bit lower. That's probably why it's come down. Spin rate 4,900. Probably caught that a tiny bit fat by the looks of things. That was good. That was good. That's probably as good as I've hit it today, to be honest. And 135, 202 in terms, and then all of a sudden spin rates back up to 5.7. I'd say the third one was probably one of the best ones, seeing as it was just a small bit of tape. It's amazing what difference it's made. Let's have a quick look at the numbers. We can see the one with tape on, the one without tape. To be fair, ball speed, I tried to keep it similar as possible. This 134 is probably the most interesting one, for example. 137, spin rate instantly up. But you can see in terms of distance, nowhere near as the totals. I mean, even though we're getting similar carry, maybe a bit behind, all of a sudden total distance is a lot further behind than the one with tape on, purely because his spin rate is so much lower. I mean, we're almost talking 1,000 RPM in backspin, which makes a huge difference in terms of total distance, even though the ball speeds, I've tried to keep as similar as possible. Obviously, I kind of fatted this one so it was a bit lower, and that's why the spin rate was a bit lower. But if you look at these, all under 5,000, this one was almost up to 5.7, and again, this is probably what you're going to want more anyway, because you're getting closer carry to total distance. This, even though it's going to look great, it's going to look good on the machine, it's not what you're going to need, and then you're just going to get a bit of a surprise, especially when you take the tape off and start hitting them. All of a sudden, you're almost losing, well, almost 10 yards, 15 yards between each club then. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and hopefully that cleared up a bit in terms of the difference of having tape and no tape, obviously on the club face. If you like this video, leave it a like. As always, please subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys later.